Right.
Record, see if this works.
Right.
Hey,
Are
just
we
a
all
practice thing.
Hey,
Make sure this
practice
check.
round.
Yeah, look at us.
glad-
We're talking. This
Glad
is
to
great.
be on the show.
This is actually going to be the
Wow.
intro. Lackluster. Hey.
All
all
right,
right.
yeah.
How
Is
am
this
I?
thing
so,
on?
so glad to be here.
Oh,
All
you
right.
don't sound so glad to be here whatsoever.
It's
Yeah,
all
welcome to Beer Friday.
Oh, yeah,
I'm so
Co-host
excited.
Rich Johnson.
Rich made me come again.
Yeah.
Yo, it's not
You
even
know.
Friday.
And there's this other guy. That's your other co-host.
Whatever.
Forget his name. Brent Shard.
That's right. That's right.
French started.
And
What?
we're here with a couple people.
Yeah, I guess we're a couple people.
We are a couple-
Was that real?
I'm like, shit, should I have, like,
I didn't know.
It's Beer Friday, Beer Friday. Group of animators getting together to swap stories and see whose is better. And of course, drink some beer. Yeah, Beer Friday is finally here.
We're sitting here with animator and layout artist Matthew Berry.
Hi, I am Matthew Berry.
Yeah. And he just recently made the switch into video games. From
Yeah, that's been a whole day-long adventure, so hopefully I can speak pretty expertly about
Yeah.
the subject, you know.
after
Right
8
on.
hours of expertise.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're also here with Krista Porter,
Oh.
storyboard artist extraordinaire.
Oh, hello, that's me. Extraordinaire, though. That's very generous, but I appreciate it.
I think that means something good, right?
What was the last show that you worked on?
Last show I worked on was My Little Pony Season 9, which just got announced, so that's now public knowledge.
We can talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And I worked on the finale.
Nice.
But Season 9 it's just been announced. It's just been confirmed that it's the last season of My Little Pony, so everybody's pretty upset.
Because that's like 10 years of stuff.
Yeah, pretty
right?
much, because it's like 9 seasons, so
Yeah.
if you think about how long it takes to get it all done, it's about 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's crazy. I worked on season 1, a little bit of season 2, and it seems like forever ago.
Yeah, like even thinking back on Season 8, which was only, a year or two ago I worked on it, and I'm
Yeah.
sitting here like, holy shit. Like, where's the time gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you embrace the brony community? Or do you like stay away from it, like hide from it? It's like if people
No, you
contact
embrace it. Krista's like, I am a storyboard artist on My Little Pony. Please check my Instagram, my Tumblr, my Twitter.
I don't even
follow
have
all
a
my stuff.
Tumblr.
Is this what you say on other podcasts?
No. No, like, I think it's nice in the sense that, like, it's great to have so many people supporting what you do. And it's nice to see that, like, when you put all this hard work and effort in, people, they appreciate it. And, like, you see people interacting about what you've done. But, like, I'm not a brony. Couldn't even tell you
So
who all
she
the...
says.
You hush. I couldn't even tell you who all the characters are. Like, I
Right.
know the main ones and then, episodic specific ones that I worked with.
right now there's
but-
some super fan brony listening, and his heart's just
I
exploding.
know,
Like, oh my
like-
god, she doesn's even know the characters.
Yeah, she's like, well, this girl's a storyboard artist. She doesn't even know who the characters are. He's like, get her off her.
It's almost like it's a job.
She's not very good at her job.
Go.
This is what we do when we need to meditate. Everybody all together now?
Well, I think that's great. I think we'll just try some craft beer now.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's a great idea.
I'm very
That
okay with
is the name
this.
of the show, so.
So are we gonna have a pickleback? Is that what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What
we
the
are.
We are going to start things
Are
up
you
with a pickleback.
kidding me?
We're kicking it
Um,
off good.
No. What?
For
Are
people
you
who
serious?
for people who don't know, who might not know what a pickleback is, because usually we do one before the show.
It's
we
a
don't.
Yeah.
piece
Um,
of shit.
well,
Oh,
I
is
think
that a
it's-
tradition?
We need
for
to
you?
do it
What?
because it gets your stomach ready for food.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
What it is
It's a
one,
good primer.
one of the directors that we worked with before. He's been on the show. Rob Boutelier.
Boots.
Boots. We'll just call him Boots. We don't,
We'll just
we don't
call
know
him
how to
Boots,
say his
yeah.
last name, so we call him Boots. He was a big fan of the picklebacks, which is a shot of Irish whiskey, usually Jameson, and pickle juice.
Oh,
So you do the shot
God.
of whiskey, you chase it with pickle juice. Something in the pickle juice neutralizes the burn from the whiskey, and it's just a nice combo. If you've never tried one, try it.
No, don't.
Yeah, you
Unless-
Don't
yeah.
do it.
I'm somebody who doesn't like pickle juice, and like I'm neutral on whiskey, but somehow this combination just works.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
it
telling you
does,
now.
yeah.
Cri-
That's a load of shit. It does not neutralize. It doesn't taste better. It just tastes like a bag of pickled vinegar just sat in your mouth. It's under your tongue.
Great, let's do one.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds
Yeah,
good
let's
to
go for
me.
No.
That's modest.
Is
That's-
that the pickle?
that's
or is
not
that
bad,
the
right?
whiskey?
That's the whiskey. Here's the pickle juice.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Get a good whiff of that. Really,
I don't want to smell.
Okay, Matt. Here you go, sir.
Is there any way I could convince you to like?
Krista, have you ever? You've obviously done this before.
I have a yeah.
We might have to do a little audio
Thank you, sir.
description of what happens to Krista's face
Yeah.
after she does this, because I've witnessed this before.
I can just
Okay.
Okay, hang on. I got a
smells
mic
like
up here.
So what do you do? So
Shit.
you obviously do the whiskey first.
Yeah, you
then
do the
pickle juice.
whiskey first, and then you chase it with the pickle juice.
All right, I'm gonna go for it.
Are you serious?
getting it
Are
going.
we, oh no.
No pressure.
Are we taking turns?
Yeah.
We'll just do it.
Oh, all right. All right.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, bottoms
All
up.
right, here we are.
Ah. I just can't do it.
Oh yeah, that pickle juice is pretty strong.
Oh, come on.
That
But
is
it's good.
nice. It's garlicky. Yeah.
Okay.
Takes
Again,
the
no
edge off.
pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
But-
oh, she's doing it.
It's in. It's okay. Phase one. Phase one. You got to pickle up before you.
Yeah, you
before
gotta
you-
heat up. You're gonna.
That'll
you're
stop
gonna
the
mix
cringing.
The neutralization.
I don't even think I can put the pick.
Do it. Do it.
Oh
Do
no.
it. It'll help. Do it.
On the carpet.
Yeah.
Quick.
It's like you can throw up in other places, just not in the carpet. Shoot.
Eh.
Oh, there it is. It's in.
Oh, she's down.
You did it. You want some water?
Yeah.
Beer.
I got beer.
Sounds like another one. I'm just gonna wipe up the pickle juice I spilled now. Give me a minute here.
Oh,
How was that, buddy? Better than the last time?
dude, it doesn't get any easier. Like,
No.
you you say it tastes good. It just, like it just sits under your tongue. Like I breathe in and it's like in there. It's in my nose.
It's actually, this works out because I didn't want to be that guy on the show called Beer Friday, but I'm
Right.
more of a cider drinker.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
me too.
I was like, I don't want to be like, hey, can you guys for Beer Friday get some cider for me?
Oh, that would have been great. We could have done a cider Friday.
Yeah. Actually, you
Rich
know what?
Makes cider.
I will go get some right now.
Oh, you don't.
Oh,
you don't have to
what?
do that.
Welcome to Cider Friday, everybody.
Here we go, boys.
We need to re-sing
Cider
the song.
Friday.
Yeah.
We need to
Cider
redo
Friday.
the opener.
It's Cider Friday.
Cider Friday. A group of animators getting together
to
swap
stories and see whose is better. And of course, drink some cider.
Yes, Cider
Cider
Friday
Friday's
is
finally here.
Woo!
That
Yeah!
was amazing.
Doesn't really rhyme the same though, does it?
I'm just impressed everyone knew the lyrics.
Heck yeah.
This is one of my favorite ciders.
You've had this before.
This is a local one in BC called Left Field Cider. I think I've tried just about every cider in BC because I went to a cider convention thing.
Whoa.
It happens in Steveston every year.
Send me the link to that bad boy.
Yeah, it's quite fun. You pay like, I think it was $50 or something like that.
Unlimited?
And then you go in for 4 hours and drink as much
Really?
cider as you can.
I would pay $80 for an
Yeah.
experience like that.
It might actually be that much.
I mean, that's fair.
So I think you actually
So-
you
Right.
you should work for them.
All right.
I think
All right,
you
I'll be there.
nailed the price.
Did you get sloppy there?
Yeah. Oh well, you do. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
Does it start sophisticated?
they
Like,
give-
ooh, this is nice. I like
Oh,
the tannins.
everyone's on their best behavior, and then
Yeah.
it gets louder and louder and louder and louder.
Right.
Do they give you
And you
those little
keep seeing the
shot
same
glasses?
people a few times because
Oh,
you're just
yeah.
going around a little circle.
And then at the end of the night, people are smashing cider bottles on their head. Like, no, I can do it. Check it out, the sweet spot.
Story time.
A couple years ago, I believe I was working, or I just started on Chuck's Choice. Very beginning,
layout supervising,
layout supervising. Yep.
closing layout.
And I.
you guys did the opening titles. I'll just say
We
that.
did.
We did.
Yes.
I loved working on
Killed
it
it.
with Senko.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that was a phenomenal team effort. It came out really well.
Yeah. First supervising gig. Wanted to make sure I did well. I hadn't really met the directors yet at this point. I kind of knew Steph. We were co-supervising. I knew Tin. So I think this must have been like the first Friday or the first half day or something like that. And all of the directors and like the producers and production, like everyone was kind of like hanging out in one of the offices. And Steph is great. Steph like will always like kind of like bring you into stuff.
Right.
So she was like, all right, I'm gonna go hang out in the office. Like you should come. And I was like, you mean like hang out like with the directors and that kind of stuff? So for me, this was like a huge deal. I was like. Oh, you like we get to like we get to like talk to yeah, that's what it felt. That's what it felt like.
Exactly it.
So I go in.
Just like farting.
It's like it's kind of smelly in here.
It'll fit right in.
So after a while, I was talking to Boots and Emily was there. And they were talking about how they're from the East Coast, and so I think Emily. I don't want to say where they're actually from because I don't know. I think Boots is Boots from Halifax.
Don't let them.
Yes.
You know the answer.
Yeah, that's
Halifax, and I think Emily is
like where there's actual ocean.
right.
Yeah.
So they're both from there, and in my head, I'm from Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto is east of
Pretty close.
Vancouver. Yeah, it's over there.
Just so you know, everything's east of Vancouver.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I dropped it. I was like, yeah, like I'm from the East Coast too, guys. And Boots kind of stops and turns and he's like, he got like really excited about this. Again, this is the first time I'd met Boots. He's like,
Right.
I think he's got that like that East Coast pride, right? So
Sure.
he looks at me. He's like, you're from the East Coast. Like where are you from? I was like, I'm from Toronto.
I also like your Boots voice.
This was like the greatest mistake in my entire career. I'm actually not entirely sure what happened after that. I think he gave me the Boots stare, and then he proceeded to just like rip into me. He's like, Toronto is not on the East Coast, and
I'm pretty sure Boots disowned you that day. Like, he just pretends to be nice to you, but he.
It kind of like I can't really remember. I must have blacked out a little bit, but it wasn't great. And this was like my first interaction. I was like, well, I just sewered that. I'm never gonna supervise again. And so I go home, ashamed, of course. And the next morning, I come in, and taped above my workstation is this piece of paper that Boots had printed out. I brought it here to show you guys. It's a map of Canada, and on the map is it says, "Dear Matt, educate yourself." And on the left side is Vancouver, which is on the west coast.
Can I get a quick photo of this map?
Absolutely. On the right side, pointing to Halifax, is the East Coast, and then circled in Toronto, there's a no coast.
Got it.
So pretty much he has never let me down, or never let this.
So it became an endearing moment, though.
That's what I'm telling myself to make me be able to sleep at night, but
Because I mean, I lived in Toronto for a while too. People say out east,
exactly.
and then other people say East Coast when we're talking with real East Coast.
Right.
So if you said I'm from out east, and maybe
And that would have made it fine.
The benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank you.
wire
I appreciate that.
in your head. You're not a complete dummy.
We're just gonna pass around Boots' map.
I kept the map to this day, so I have literally never made that mistake again since that moment.
Yeah.
I don't think he's let you live it down either.
Yeah, because I feel like I've heard that third hand when you weren't around.
I'm like East Coast Barry now, basically.
That's great, though. I love that you brought the map. That's awesome.
I've kept it to this day, just so
and I can
can
imagine Boots' unapproving stare.
Oh yeah, like you can see his brow gets furrowed. He gets the like really scrunched up.
I hope Boots hears this and hears how you describe his eyes.
He knows it's true. He knows he's gonna be right now. He's listening to this, being like, "Yep, this happened. Yep,
Right.
fucking Matt."
East Coast Matt.
I love it. I know you more as Shorts Matt than East Coast Matt.
That makes me happy. The shorts thing.
I have a question for Krista.
Yeah.
You know Matt more than we do.
Yeah.
Does he own pants? Does he have any pants?
Okay, truth
I
be
mean, he's
told.
probably got a pair of fancy pants.
Alright, so Matt, out of his whole wardrobe, owns 2 pairs of pants.
I own
One-
2 pairs of pants.
Yeah. So he owns 1 pair of
I
gray
actually did not know
sweatpants.
this.
Right.
that he only bought for Ottawa for meeting my family because my mom told him, she's like, you're not coming here in shorts.
Right.
It's minus 30 here. Do not show up at my house.
I was
in
more
shorts."
afraid of Krista's mother than my own shorts identity.
Right.
But then he has this pair of black stretchy jeans
Yeah.
that he wears only for the Christmas party. And every year
Those
it's
are
the
my
same-
fancy pants.
But he always has this little prayer before he puts the pants on, and he goes, "Please, may these pants still fit this year." And then he puts them
Every
on.
year they
and-
get a little bit tighter.
Every year, but
They're stretchy.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
why
get-
it's they get worn like two times a year, one
so
time a year.
he won't buy a new pair of pants. So I mean,
I think in a past life you retired in Palm Springs.
This was in Toronto. I had somebody pull over and yell at me because I had my shorts on. I was in my runners, but I had gloves on, like winter gloves.
Yeah.
I had a full like winter coat on. I was bundled up in like a scarf, but then you see like my little calves like poking out the bottom. And this guy just like pulled over. He's like, "What the hell are you doing? Put some damn pants on!" And then he just like drove off.
Krista, what do you got?
okay, so funny enough, my story actually involves Matt at the workplace.
Can I just? I don't know what story she's about.
Oh,
So,
shit. Well,
it's almost like a Minecraft story
Yeah,
reversed
like-
onto you.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to tell a different. Anyway, please go on.
Oh, I will go on. So, this was before we were dating. This is when we had become like super best friends. We would play.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we would play like every weekend a little game online. We'd level up our characters together. Blah blah blah.
Does
Some
that
super-
work?
Well, this would be outside of.
Okay.
I'm just setting this all up.
Okay,
We were just like gaming.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
Setting
people
this up.
would play games.
Yeah,
after
like
work.
at lunch or
yeah,
something.
Yeah. No.
So this is you guys are hanging out playing games.
Yeah,
Playing some
after
Super
work.
Nintendo emulators.
Yeah, so what ended up happening was this is when I was working on the Comedy with a Chance of Meatballs season 1 TV show.
Right.
And I was just brought on to do storyboard revisions.
Sure.
So I was pretty new to the whole boards gig. And what ended up happening was I needed to get some work done, and Matt was annoying the crap out of me. So I finally
Sounds
told
about
him, I was like, you know what, man?
Believable so far.
You just need to piss off.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't want to see you. I don't want you to come onto my floor. I don't want you to message me on Link. You just need to go away so I can get my
And
work
like
done.
you just wanted to hang out with her, but she was busy.
Yeah, like I think I had done my like this was after hours. I'm sure. If it's a story, I think you're about to tell. It's like this was probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was like wrapping. I was like, I want to go get some food. So I was probably just pestering you.
Probably, but I made it pretty
What a board
clear.
artist's work is never done. So
No, exactly.
I just told him, I was like, you need to go away. So I was pretty content with thinking that we would not talk for the rest of the weekend. But like in a cartoon, I actually had Link open and I was watching Matt's status, waiting for him to go offline so that I knew he'd be gone and out of the building. But it kept saying that he was online. So I was like, oh my God, this guy's never
This
going to leave.
weirdo.
And where this took place, this was back at the Alexander studio. So I was working on the top floor, and he was working 2 floors below me. So I was working, and I look up over the rim of my Cintiq, like just the top, and I see Matt walk by and go into one of the bathrooms. And I was like, what the heck is he doing up on my floor? Like, you're 2 floors below me. Why are you using my bathroom? So I have my headphones on. I have the music blaring.
You were the only one there.
I was the only one there, probably the only person on this floor at this time. And all I hear come from the bathroom.
This is a great story.
no.
And it's echoing.
Yeah, I was like, we should have discussed this beforehand.
And it is echoing
Oh,
through
no.
the hallways like a
no.
song.
Go on.
And I take my earphones off and I'm staring down the hallway. Like, you need to picture this. He's at one end of the hallway where the bathroom is.
Right.
I'm
I think I was in the
hell
handicap
at the-
washroom.
I was at the other end of the hallway at the back of the room. And I take my headphones off and I'm looking over my screen like, holy shit, was that Matt? And there's this pause and then I start to laugh. And I'm laughing so loud that I hear him laughing in the bathroom.
I think
The
I
whole
started laughing
situation.
first, didn't I?
And I ended up texting him. I was like, dude, was that you? And he texted back me like, yeah, did you hear that?
Oh no.
And then
Cards are on the table at that point.
that's right.
Yeah.
So because of that, we ended up just talking the rest of the night. I was like, all right,
what?
we can talk again.
How did we segue that?
Because I just couldn't stop
Talking about
laughing.
different doctors you could see.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. I got a few recommendations.
I still laugh at that story. 'cause
What was going through your mind?
Yeah.
So
Why'd you pick that?
I was
floor?
okay.
That's
So
the
let
real
me
question.
so
This is the real
Why did you come
So,
to my floor?
if you guys remember the Alexander building,
I do.
the poop washroom was the handicap washroom. You would go in there. There was magazines in that
It was
one.
great. It was a single serve.
It's close to HR, which was weird.
That was a
Yeah.
little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
so late at night. Also, I remember specifically on my floor. I think which floor was I on? 5
I think you're
or 6?
on. If I was on
You
6, you
must
would be
have
on
been on 5 if you're on
4.
rescue bots.
It was occupied. So I was like, okay, this is fine. I'll go down, hit up the handicap washroom, kind of chill for a little bit, probably
Right.
check my phone.
Yeah.
Again, it was after hours. I was waiting for you to be done anyway.
There
So-
was an echo in that
There-
that bathroom. It had a bit of an acoustic.
I heard it echo. I didn't realize. Not only did I hear it in the washroom, but I heard it going down the hall. Which
And
which
you
I was not.
Did you know that she was there?
I did know she was there. I thought I started laughing first.
And you could hear because you're the only two people
Yeah,
on the floor.
because
that
Only
were
two
there.
people on the
I'm
floor.
pretty
At
sure.
that point, you might as well have a 200 square foot apartment.
Yeah.
What?
You know, where
This
it's
is
like,
the most amazing romantic comedy ever.
Snack time.
Old Dutch
Oh.
ketchup chips.
Now I gotta say that's like
No.
the worst flavor of Old
okay,
Dutch.
Low
Oh,
key,
here we go, here we
low
go.
key, Old Dutch specifically ketchup is the greatest
No.
ketchup
No, I gotta tell you,
flavored chip
no.
in existence.
I'm a ketchup extravaganza
So you like
person.
ketchup chips?
Oh yeah, like anything that has ketchup on it, I'll eat it.
Right.
Like ketchup on my burger.
So it's literally
ketchup
just
on
the
my
old
potatoes.
Dutch ketchup chips you don't like.
There is something about
No,
Old Dutch
no,
ketchup
no,
that
no,
tastes
no,
like
no.
old socks.
No, Old
But-
Dutch is
but-
great.
Just to clarify, you like
Yeah.
what are the other ones? Lay's ketchup chips?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Pringles ketchup
What is
too.
it that you
Doritos
don't? What is
ketchup.
it? What is it you don't like about Old Dutch? Old Dutch, like I'm not a huge fan of all their chips, but somehow the ketchup just tastes.
Nah, man, it tastes like
I don't
old
know if
feet.
I don't know.
Well,
if
I don't
the
know,
difference.
guys. Let's try it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess we
Yeah.
should.
Okay.
Let's
yeah.
solve
So this is a
this.
It
big
has
bag,
been a while. It
and
has
it's a
been a
big
while.
bag. It's not a small bag. 'Cause
He's
I
got
think
the
that
party
makes a
bag.
difference, right?
I mean, that's
so I'm just.
quite
I
reasonable.
opened it.
Got to get
So,
a handful.
I
You getting
opened-
the smell of that?
Get a good old whiff.
You got
There
it.
we go.
Yeah.
Got it.
How's that smell?
It
And
almost has like a bleach.
And for our-
smell
That's
to
not
it.
good.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
international listeners, which we may have one or two,
All right.
ketchup flavor is. I'll give it a smell. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Ketchup flavor is popular in Canada. I don't think it's really anywhere else.
I
It's
don't
just-
think so. I think it is.
Oh, it's totally a Canadian thing.
Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna do some ketchup chip ASMR. You can hear me taking this. Fuck, that is good shit.
You know what? You're right, man.
These are good chips.
Tastes like old soup.
But what
You know
kind
what?
of soup?
Like
She might be onto something there, like tomato soup.
These are
Right.
great.
I always
it does
thought-
taste like old soup.
yeah, you see?
I think you're changing all our minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Like you don't think about it until somebody's like, that tastes like old soup, and then when you eat one, you go, that's what that is.
But then again,
Yeah,
Isn't-
because when you have the
isn't
crackers
ketchup-
and the Campbell tomato
That's
soup,
right.
Okay.
put the soda crackers in there and they get a
Yeah.
bit soggy.
Mhm.
Once you crunch it all down in your mouth and it gets the chip soggy, and you think of that,
Yeah.
yep,
All right.
Yeah.
You know what?
All
It
right.
might taste like homemade ketchup. What about
and I
that?
think that's why
Maybe.
I'm gonna give the true
that's
verdict
why
here,
it's so
boys.
loved.
But obviously, no.
That's fair. You know, I can respect that.
Favorite thing.
My favorite thing right now. I've been playing this game. I got it on the Apple TV. So there's this game I got called Inside. It's just like you're a little dude and you're stuck in the woods, and you're trying to escape. It's like a sneaky kind of thing, like the old Metal. What's that game called?
Metal Gear Solid?
Metal Gear sort of stuff, where you got to
Okay.
like sneak around people, and if you make too much noise, they can catch you. Like
Right.
that's what I was thinking of when I was playing it. So you got to be stealthy, and if you make too much noise, the guards capture you and you get caught. It's a complete side scroller, but it's really nice 3D environment. So you're basically running on a rail. Like you can't
Right.
go in Z depth, but you can go left to right, and you get to a spot, and you're like, oh shit, how do I get up there? You got to use an element to sort of make a
Do you
stack
get,
it up, jump the
different,
fence.
like spy items or whatever? Like, do you get like a
You can-
grappling hook or something?
Well, basically what happened was I was playing it for a long time, and then I got to a point and I was like, I gave up on it. I just let it sit there for like 6 months, and then I picked it up again, and I was playing it with my daughter because she was like
And how
into
old's
it.
your daughter?
She's 5, almost 6. She's
Alright.
just about 6. We'll say 6. And so we're playing it at one point, and then I'm like, oh man, people are getting like shot in this. And I'm like, there's like attack dogs like drowning me and stuff. I'm like, this is getting a little intense. So then I was like, Molly, maybe you don't play this with me. I'm like, even though she was really like having fun with,
Into
it,
with the
yeah.
puzzle solving and all that. And I was like, and she was actually helping me get through some stuff. And I'm
Oh,
like,
nice.
sorry, this has been fun, but you can't watch this anymore
Getting
because I
shut
don't know.
down.
Our adventure
Yeah.
ends here,
So
Molly.
then she got out and I kept playing it, and then it became really cool. Like I got to a point where I reached the free game was up, and then it was sort of a
Gotta pay for
cliffhanger,
it.
and I'm like,
Ooh.
$10 to buy the whole game. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Bam. And then now I'm like, 70% of the way through it or whatever.
Oh,
but
you're
it's
70%, eh?
yeah. It's really fucking fun. It's like just a nice, beautiful game, nice and
Do you find it
relaxing
like
music.
stressful when you're playing, or is it one of those?
There are some
chill
points where it's
games?
stressful because there's like some points where you have to like outrun some attack dogs and get to a thing, and you have to do it quickly, and you're trying to bust open the fence quick, and then they're coming. Oh shit! They grab
Right.
me and they pull you in,
Yeah.
and you have to try it 1,000 times before you get it right.
And it's really addicting. 'cause
And
it's
it was
so
like-
satisfying.
Looking at the because I was just looking it up online recently, like 10 out of 10 on a bunch of different ratings and
Yeah.
stuff. Really cool.
Those kind of games. There's something about kind of those like I don't know if it's like adventure-y, but like story-based puzzle games where when you kind of finally put those pieces together, it just like
Yeah.
it feels so good.
And like from an animation nerd standpoint, it's like just a beautiful game. It's
That
like
always helps.
the
Yeah.
physics
That
are
always
awesome
helps.
on it. It looks amazing. The music, like everything about it, I'm like, shit.
I guess my favorite thing is it's kind of been going on more or less for the last few years. Is I've been slowly trying to build up my Super Nintendo game collection.
When did you start this collection?
I have a couple brothers, and none of them are really interested in like the
Right.
older games.
Right.
But that's always been my jam. Like I will revisit those games as often as I can. I kind of inherited the collection that we had like at home,
Yeah.
and then I slowly started to kind of just at retro game stores.
So now it's a hobby where you're looking on Craigslist
Yeah.
and you're checking out retro
Exactly.
games. Yeah.
And the thing is like most of those games I haven't even beaten because they
Yeah.
were so hard.
Well, of course.
Like
yeah.
you're playing. I remember. I think it was RoboCop had this Super Nintendo game.
It's
and
impossible.
To this day, literally, I can't get past. I don't think I've ever beaten even the first level.
Yeah.
Just like insanely difficult. But I mean, again, so many. And anyway, so I ended up when we were in Japan. I probably purchased like 45.
So they wouldn't
games.
just have the Super Famicom games; they would have the North
Sorry,
American Super Nintendo games.
I did buy Super Famicom games.
Can
so-
you modify those to fit?
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not.
You just
I
had to
think
break
you
a little
can.
thing off them,
I know
right?
for the N64 you can. Like I've
Oh.
removed the back and kind of
Right.
reattached it to make it slide in.
Now, I just want to jump in here, even though this is Matt's thing. There's one specific game that he bought in Japan that we had a bit of a hard time getting back into Canada.
Do you guys know the game Lethal Enforcers?
Yeah.
So this was like one of
It
those
was an
like,
arcade
old school-
favorite.
Yeah, you had like
Yeah.
the plastic gun and you'd aim it at the screen. You like would have to like
That's-
calibrate it.
That's the one where it would be like, "You can't kill me,
You
copper."
can't shoot me, and they would like jump
Yeah,
out
yeah,
and be
yeah.
like just standing
Yeah.
there, and you're like, yeah.
And it would go, "Eat lead, pig," and stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I bought like the boxed edition, came with like the plastic gun and everything, so it was like the full setup.
It was too big for us to carry around because it was literally like the complete edition. So we bring it to the post office to ship to Canada, and on the back it says for Japan only. And I think what that meant at the time was like the region difference between the two systems.
Right, you could only play it in Japan.
But the woman
Right.
who was at the post office,
Oh,
she looked
no.
at it and she said, "Well, you can't ship this out of Japan because it says Japan only."
Then
And-
you scratch that off. You're
Yeah,
like,
I
"How
was
about
like,
now?"
never mind.
Yeah.
So like we're kind of looking at each other.
It's like,
we're
this is from
"Well, what do we do?"
1991, man.
Yeah.
I know.
And we
Yeah,
even
listen, you're gonna put my
Yeah.
address on that
Yeah.
mail. Like,
Yeah.
she would not let us ship this thing home. So we're like, okay. So we brought it back to our place and we tried another. So we finally find a place where we're gonna ship this box off. And what
we
we,
ended
do
up
is
just going to a different post
we
office.
went to a different post
Sure.
and we covered the lethal enforcements with bubble wrap.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing:
Sounds
is
safe.
on
Yeah.
top of the box, you have to write exactly what is in it. So we wrote down everything else that was in it. So like magnets, plushies, figures, whatever. And then we get to this freaking game. I'm like, well, what do we write? Do we write that we have a gun in the box? Do we write a plastic gun, a game gun? And we were literally standing there for about 20 minutes trying to figure out how do we declare
Because
this
they'll
thing.
scan and
Yeah.
they'll
Well,
see
that's
the
exactly
shape of
it.
it.
And like
Yeah.
especially in Japan, they like from what I've heard, they kind of like if 'cause you write down everything. In
But
the
aren't there
box.
like no real guns in Japan? So
I
That's
don't
why I
know.
was like, I don't know
Yeah.
what this is gonna look like on that X-ray machine, right?
What
Like,
do they think it would? Oh, I guess that's some kind of tool.
yeah.
some kind of sex toy.
Yeah,
But-
it's fine.
We ended up putting my name on the box. And I was like, no, hold on a second.
Yeah,
why
kind
is
of
this
tricked her
being
into that.
Yeah, I was like, why is this being sent
Well,
to me? This is your gun, your toy electronic gun. Why don't you put your name on it? And Matt goes, oh no, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I'm like, well, if it'll be fine, why won't you put your name on it? And I was stressed as hell every single day that box went out because I went, watch. I said, Matt, this is going to be the last day you're going to see me. My ass
Was
is
that
going to
the
be in
last
jail.
box that
was
arrived?
the first box.
Oh, that was
to
the
arrive.
first box, right?
Yes.
I couldn't believe it. Like I was kind of like with the 8 boxes being shipped. I was like, if 2 or 3 of them go missing, we still did pretty good. We still got a good haul, but they all made it, and that was the first one that arrived. I couldn't believe it
With my name on it.
with your
So,
name on it.
Yeah.
Krista, what do you got?
All right, so my thing lately is actually Minecraft. When I first heard of Minecraft and I've seen it, I was like, this is kind of like a dumb game. That was my first reaction because I
How
was
long
like,
ago was that? Do you think?
oh, I don't know.
What, a year and a half?
About a year and a half ago.
Sure,
Because like I'm looking at it and I'm like, what do you actually do? You just build stuff and that's it. And this game has become like such a big thing. I'm going, well, why is something like this so popular? And it wasn't until I was coming home stressed some nights and I wouldn't know like how to kind of de-stress myself. And Matt was like, well, why don't we play Minecraft? And at first I was super resistant. I'm like, no, I don't want to play this. I don't see the point. And finally he's like, okay, well, sit down, try it out, and let's see how this goes. And what you can do with Minecraft is you can play in either a survival mode where like you can fight enemies, you can actually like die by falling into
Like
lava and
just
stuff
by
like that.
yourself, you're just
Yeah.
going off and exploring.
You don't
Exactly.
you don't have to eat and stuff like that.
Well, you would have to eat in survival, mode.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Yeah, you have to eat
Yeah,
bread.
because there's also creative mode where it's like you have no health points. You get like you can access any of the items in the game. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, that's right. You
Right.
have to eat. Do you have to
That's
drink
right.
water too?
No,
I
you just
forget.
have to eat.
Just-
Is
Yeah,
there a
yeah.
goal? Are you trying to get somewhere?
I don't actually know what the goal of the
I
game
feel like
is.
there's like goals if you want there to be goals. Like
It's
I
like
know
just
there's,
explore as long as you can without dying.
Pretty
Like there's like a
much.
dragon in there. It's like if you want, you can fight the dragon, but you could also just not
It's-
fight the dragon.
Anyway, you can
Okay,
explain
cool,
it.
cool,
Yeah,
But-
so basically, when Matt and I first started playing, he's like, we're going to play in survival mode, so that way you can learn about everything in this game. You can learn about the rare minerals, how to mine them, and like kind of understand the value of certain things, like diamond, for example. You know, it's like you need to mine that with a certain skill, so that way you can get more diamond, because it's very limited. And what ended up happening was Matt was like, okay, we need to go fight some monsters to start collecting these orbs or whatever to go find like the end portal to the last boss. But I was too afraid to get in there and fight with him because I didn't want to die. And the thing in Minecraft, the thing with Minecraft is if you die, you drop everything that you're holding, and that includes your
Right.
equipment. So I was like, well, dude, I've got diamond armor. Like, I know it's the best armor, but I don't want to lose it. So Matt created me this incredible, invincible bow and arrow. And basically, like, it had some skills on it where if you killed something, you get the experience points. It would, like, regenerate. Because basically all of your equipment will
How
eventually
did you
wear
go ahead
down.
and just build this thing?
Okay, so I'm gonna jump in here.
Like it took me 4 years.
Krista didn't know that I was actually playing in creative mode the whole time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So I would like spread out the stuff I would give her. I'd be
You're
like,
no- are you
I would
serious?
I would like wait a week and be like, oh, I've been working hard on this bow. Here it is for you.
Are
send
you
that your
kidding
way.
me?
Also, the bow, like the enchantments that she had on her bow, you couldn't actually get in survival mode. It was like
No
totally a hacked bow.
Freaking way.
It's like
Never
I've never heard of this.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
And I played survival mode for a long time.
Are you
Oh, Krista!
I would have believed it too.
are you
Krista's-
fucking kidding me?
And I would, but I would like. I
Krista
played
has
it
the best
perfect.
pranked face right now, by the way.
I played it
Complete
perfectly.
opposite of the
I'd
whiskey.
be like,
Yeah, it's different than that.
Because you would ask, you'd be like, how did you like get these? I'm like, I've just, I've been working on it hard. I've been like kind of late nights, hitting the old stone
without
farm.
knowing anything about the game, you would just 20 minutes before that just build that thing.
Yeah,
and
so
put
you
it
could
somewhere?
you could type in a code that would if you would type in the code for the item, and then you would type in the code for the enchantment, and you would enchant it with level 5 fire and level 5 damage and all this. So she had a bow.
Krista's reevaluating your whole psyche right now. She's having an M. Night Shyamalan moment here.
I need to cut Matt off here because
I'm done.
I
I'm
was
cut.
just about to praise him.
Oh shit! I should have waited.
No, you need
I
to
should have
shush.
waited.
You need to shush for a second. It's
Damn,
not your time.
I missed my moment.
It is not your time right now because I was about to say on how happy this made me and how this changed my game experience.
But that's what I did.
Right.
No, you need to shush. This isn't about you right now. Because what happened was I actually, because this bow was so incredible, I had so
Right.
much confidence and I was able to get in there in battle. And sure, my aim wasn't always the best,
Right.
but I could get in there and I could help kill stuff. I
Yeah.
could actually do something. So Matt had this idea. And this is where my experience went down the shitter real fast.
My bad.
Matt had this idea. He's like, we're going to go fight a wither. And I'm like, my dude, what is a wither?
Yeah.
A wither.
Doesn't sound good.
No. A wither is this three-headed skull dragon snake boss thing that floats around. It shoots fireballs. It destroys the map. And it does a shit ton of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt's like, well, let's go freaking fight one. And I was kind of nervous because I was like, we've never actually fought anything big in this game. But I was like, dude, I've got my bow of justice.
Right.
Nothing is going to touch
endowed
me.
you with confidence.
Well, that's where
Yeah,
things
yeah.
took a really bad
False
turn.
confidence, but sure.
Yeah. So, and I gotta tell you, to bring this wither forward, you actually have to kind of make an altar. You have to put 3 black skulls onto it. You need
Yeah.
to
Which I
summon
also
this thing.
hacked. Those things are incredibly rare.
Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Finding those head drops, that's like a 0.1% drop or something.
Okay,
I'm not going to spend time farming
Oh,
those.
God.
You are ruining everything right now. You need to just take a sit back.
Everything
my
that
man.
Matt's telling me, I need to do with my 5-year-old daughter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, you're enriching their
I need to be the
experience,
puppet master.
even though it's all fake.
Yeah. This is good to know. This is good to know.
This is ruining everything. But let me finish my story here. So what ended up happening is we prepared hard for this battle.
Yeah, we did.
We had the potions.
Sure.
We had the armor. We had the blessings, the spells. We had everything, the full
Yeah.
package. And we summoned this beast of a wither. And I was thinking, you know what? It's probably going to be like any boss where it'll fight both of us. Yeah. Oh no. This thing took one look at me. That was it. It went straight for me. And I'm like, holy shit. And I'm running for my life.
Yeah.
I'm shooting arrows and it destroys me. I even drinking my potions, my buffs. Nothing could save me because Matt was trying to fight it.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't even look at him.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in here. The reason it wasn't fighting me was because I was on creative mode.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, I love it.
Are you actually kidding me right now? But here's the thing is, so I died, and you know what happens when you die? You drop all your shit. Well, guess what? Minecraft had an update that eliminated my bow from having all of these skills. So guess what? I die, my equipment falls, and my bow is eaten into the obliteration of the game. My bow doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
So you need to picture this moment. Picture my bow as my one true love.
Yeah.
Matt's not my true love in this game. It's the bow.
It is.
And my
Not
character
anymore.
comes running back to him. And I'm running to
Full
him.
circle.
Right.
And I'm going to him. And I'm like, Matt, tell me it isn't true. And he's holding out my armor. And he's like, I'm sorry.
I'm like, this is all I could recover from your dead
This is
corpse.
all that made
Right.
it. And I'm like, well, where's my bow? As if I'm looking for my dead husband. I'm like, where's my bow? Tears in my eyes. And Matt goes, your bow didn't make it.
Oh, no.
But hold on, just give me like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Hang on, let's make another one right now.
Let me just, there's a room in the back. Don't come in.
Wait,
Well-
so aren't you guys sitting next to each other?
We've got like a 4 meter separation from our computers.
Okay.
So she can't, and I have my Cintiq kind of turned away from her so I can just get away with. And I would say
Right.
don't come over here. I'm working on something special for you. And she'd be like, oh, okay. I'll come over later. I'm like, meanwhile, I've got because you can tell when somebody's playing in creative mode because they don't have hearts. They don't
Okay.
have a health bar.
Right.
So if she ever saw that, I was like,
So-
she'll know I'm in creative mode.
Just have like a piece of tape on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
screen. What's that?
Don't worry about it.
Crafty.
Scratch there.
Very crafty.
Well, what I was gonna say is that ever since I lost my bow in the Wither Battle of 2018,
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to play with him anymore because I said, "Fuck it, my bow is gone. That's all I cared about in the
You
game."
could just make another one, can't you?
No, he can't.
So
Oh, because the update.
yeah, so the
That's the
update made it so
update.
you couldn't change it,
So I
even
would-
with hacks.
even with hacks. So I wouldn't play anymore. So now he's put me on creative mode, and I'm just building stuff to my heart's content. So I'll come home, I'll crack open a cider, I'll just sit there and I'll build for hours.
Yeah.
But
It's
now
fun. It's very relaxing. And
It
it's
is.
the
relaxing.
music.
It
too.
is.
that's the thing is like it's very therapeutic because you have this
Yeah.
soft music in
It's
the
like being in a
background.
spa.
It
Yeah.
is. Sometimes, like I remember, like mining, just like you're just mining, and it's
Yeah.
like you got that music playing, and you're like, oh yeah, just breaking blocks.
But
just,
are you
yeah,
telling me I
It's
need
also
to clarify?
thrilling to just go on an adventure
It
and
is.
find
Yeah.
You
stuff.
just kind of wander. You just
Yeah.
kind of.
That's cool.
But are you seriously telling me with the Wither Battle you run creative mode?
Don't worry about it.
This relationship might not last this podcast.
We're getting real
Yeah.
here. Beer Friday
Oh.
2019.
Sounds like another pickleback.
Thank you very much for
Thanks,
coming
guys.
on the
Thank you
podcast.
very
It
much
has
for
been a
having us.
pleasure.
Before we go, is there any sort of like social media things you want to plug or anything like that? Your Twitter, your Instagrams, whatever.
I
Go for it.
have an
PS4,
Instagram. Oh,
right.
I was going to
Anything.
say.
Yeah.
I was
let's
gonna be
hear
like,
it.
oh, PS4 by
You can find me on MySpace.
Yo, what? No. I have an Instagram. It's just Krista Porter, but there's
Porter.
2 R's at the end of Porter.
Porter.
Porter. Yeah, because apparently.
Cool.
What about you, Matt?
Matt, what do you got?
I have a Instagram. It is Mattebayo,
Wait, what?
which is spelled MatteBayo, I think.
Sounds like a really cool mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I feel like I could feel like I could taste it.
Oh,
And
right on.
thanks a bazillion for coming on, guys.
Yeah.
And we will have you guys on again.
I hope so.
I'm so
I hope
excited.
so.
2.5 years.
Deal. That's fine. We'll see where it goes.
Hey, we'll have more stories.
Like,
by
what if
then.
we break up and then we're 2.5 years? It'll be like so intense and like,
You like just do like a roast battle.
yeah, exactly. That's what it's like. Dude, I was fucking playing Minecraft again.
This guy fucked
Hacked
me
all my
over.
shit.
Awesome.
Cool.
Right on.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
And if anyone's listening still, you can check us out on beerfridaypodcast.com.
It doesn't
So
matter. It
it's-
doesn't matter. They've listened to us to this point. They've heard
Some
us.
people don't because we have new people because they know these
I guess
superstars.
you're right. Sweet
It's
God.
important.
Yeah.
And we also have finally an official website.
Right. So what is it? You know?
beerfridaypodcast.com.
Check it out, guys.
That's how
That was
I.
the first time I did that correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. We're there.
I'm a grown up now.
Cider Friday.
Oh yeah, we have to sing the outro song.
Do we?
No.
Ready?
No, let's do it. We're doing it again. We're doing it again. I'm ready.
Ready? Go.
I'm gonna drop the beat. All right, here we go.
It's Beer Friday, group of animators getting together to swap stories and see whose is better. And of course, drink some beer. Yeah, Beer Friday is finally here.
I just remember that, like in school, which it didn't actually have any effect, but kids would like sniff like markers.
Oh yeah, the Sharpies.
Yeah,
Sharpies, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
the teachers
Yeah.
would be
dude,
crazy
I'm
about
like
that.
12, but I'm
Like
getting
those
the high
real
off this.
magic markers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the big thick ones that you would buy at like Michael's or something
Right.
for $13.
That where if you got some on your skin, it was there forever.
Oh, yeah.
Like I still
You
have
couldn't
marks
get
from
that.
when
Oh
I was
yeah,
a kid.
that's like
you know?
a tattoo right there.
Yeah, we
Oh
all
my
got
god, you
marks.
guys, I have markers. Let's sing the song. It's
It's
Marker
Marker
Friday.
Marker Friday.